Greetings, everybody. It is October 12th, 2023, and I didn't think we would be revisiting this topic, and typically it's a Thursday night. I go to bed kind of early because I start work like 3 o'clock in the morning, so we really don't like to do YouTube videos during the week. It's just not the time. But, lately I've been watching a lot of YouTube. And I notice when you're a channel that's like a lot about music, like we are here, like that this channel is, I tend to look at some of what the other people are doing out there, and I really didn't think we would be revisiting this topic so soon. But I've been seeing a lot of videos about it. People are starting to talk about the overplayed songs on classic rock radio. And as such, I started sitting down. I sat down at work today before my trucks got there, and just listened to the radio, and I, in a very short period of time, put together a very large list of artists and songs at the classic rock station in this Philadelphia, South Jersey area that they seem to shuffle around on their playlists on a daily basis. And let's see if any of these, if this is going on with you guys in your area that listen to classic rock. If this happens to any of you. So the first one, and I forgot to write them on my list, but I figure it's a good place to start because the band starts with the letter A. And that would be AC/DC. It don't matter what era. You think they might play like Thunderstruck, Money Talks, something from that album, the Razor's Edge album. Never. It's always the same ones. What is it? Highway to Hell, TNT, Dynamite, Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap, and then you've got the songs off Back in Black that they'll play. Every once in a while they'll play Hell's Bells, You Shook Me All Night Long, and of course Back in Black. So, like I said, AC/DC has other stuff in their discography that goes above and beyond that. So let's just go with my list here. I've got, how many do I have? I think I came up with like 52 artists in total. I'm not sure if I repeated some of these or not, but the artists or not. But I put this list together really quick. It was like 3 o'clock in the morning, guys. But so let's start off with one that they've been playing a lot lately. They like George Thorogood, and they're starting to wear out one bourbon, one scotch, one beer. He has other songs. How about Gear Jammer? They never play that. That's a great song. Again, it's the same one. Every once in a while they'll play I Drink Alone, but, one bourbon, one scotch, one beer seems to be the one they play every single day. And that's a fairly long song, too. And, gets on my nerves. Now, as was said before, we have a classic rock station here in the Philly, South Jersey area. We also have another station that used to be an oldies station. Then they wanted to be an 80s station. Now they're like 80s, 90s, 2000s, and still a little touch of the 70s. So, let's see here. Number 2. Let's see if you guys can figure this one out. Took my love and I took it down. Climbed a mountain and I turned around. Oh, God. Terrible. Stevie Nicks with that goddamn Landslide song. Alright? They play it on both frickin' channels. I'm tired of it. I hear that shit every single day. Enough. So anyway, moving on to number 3. How about that live version of Maybe I'm Amazed by Paul McCartney? Ain't you guys sick and tired of that? By the way, there was a studio version of that song. They used to play that once upon a time. And then they always cut it real short when it's on the radio, and they don't play the full version of the live version anyway, so what the hell are they even playing it for? Okay, number 4. We have Queen with Bohemian Rhapsody, but of course there are other Queen songs that they get out of hand with too. Fat Bottom Girls, you know, and some other ones. I think I have them on the list a little later down too. Coming in at number 5, Won't Back Down from Tom Petty. Yeah, another one of his songs I like. I Need to Know. You never hear that one. That's a good rocker. It's a short song, so it's not going to take up too much time. That's a good one. They can move on to the next song. Okay, coming in at number 6. Here's another fairly long song from the Bat Out of Hell album from 1977, Paradise by the Dashboard Light from Meatloaf. They play this every single fucking day on the Classic Rock channel. This song is, 8 minutes and some change? You know, come on, guys. How about you took the words right out of my mouth? And since you want to play grunge music, you know what? He released that, Meatloaf did that song, I would do anything for love, but I won't do that. You know, he did that right around the time that the grunge was still alive and kicking when Meatloaf released that song in '93. So anyway, here we go with another tune that Stevie Nicks sang with Fleetwood Mac, and that's the song Dreams. They play it way too much. Okay, number 8. I could pick any number of songs from this band off of their Appetite for Destruction album, any one of the 3 songs that they overplayed the hell out of over the years. But I had to go to one of the Use Your Illusion albums. Like, they could be playing You Could Be Mine. That's a great song. 1991. I mean, it could, qualifies to be on a classic rock station. But they play November Rain at almost 9 minutes. You know? I don't like that song. I didn't like that song when it was new. And that came out during the end of the hair bands, when grunge was coming out, and just hated it. Just an awful end to a great era of music. Slash is a great guitar player, but I don't like that song. He always, Slash always plays a good solo. I just don't like that song. Alright, they seem to like Nothing Else Matters from Metallica off the Black Album. Other songs off that album they could play that are good. Number 10, Here I Go Again from Whitesnake. Oh, they also seem to like Is This Love, too. They play in those a lot. How about Still of the Night? Crying in the Rain. Bad Boys. Every song on that frickin' album from 87 was good. Great. That album was great. Cover to cover, no filler on that. Play some of the other tracks. Alright, sticking with that style of music, we're going to go Every Rose Has Its Thorn from Poison for number 11. You Give Love a Bad Name from Bon Jovi for number 12. And there's a couple of other ones on the Slippery album. How about Living on a Prayer? Want It Dead or Alive? They overplay them too. Okay, number 13, you got Born to Run from Springsteen. Number 14, American Pie from Don McLean. Alright. Number 15, Take a Walk on the Wild Side from Lou Reed. I don't like some of the lyrics in that song, but, we don't need to talk about that stuff here. I just don't like that song. Never cared for Lou Reed as an artist, and I don't like the lyrics in that song. Number 16, Don't Fear the Reaper from Blue Oyster Cult. Number 17, that god-awful Smells Like Teen Spirit from Nirvana. Number 18, how about Can't Find a Better Man from Pearl Jam. Yeah. If you like that style of music, you all know Pearl Jam did songs that were much better than that. How about, number 19, how about Plush from Stone Temple Pilots? They had other songs that were a lot better. Um, Number 20, you got Pour Some Sugar on Me from Def Leppard. You know, they could play Armageddon. That's a better song. Women was a better song. Animal was a better song. That was another album a lot like the Whitesnake album. I mean, that album was about 60, almost 63 minutes, I believe, in total. And no filler on that at all. You could put any song on the radio. All those songs on there are radio friendly. You know, whether it was 87 when it came out or even today on classic rock radio. 21, Girls, Girls, Girls from Motley Crue. Number 22, I have a couple of them from this artist. You got Crazy Train and Mama, I'm Coming Home from Ozzy. You know, they could play Shot in the Dark. How about Back on Earth, you know. They did sneak Over the Mountain in this morning. I was shocked. Sticking with Ozzy, how about Paranoid from Black Sabbath for number 23? Number 24 from Zeppelin, Kashmir. I am sick and tired of that fucking song. All right, everybody always says, oh, rock and roll, rock and roll. I'm tired of hearing rock and roll. These guys play Kashmir every single day, and I'm just tired of it. Enough, you know, they have a very nice collection of music that they've put out over the years. 25, this one's been on my list before. Ramblin' Man from the Allman Brothers. They still overplay it to death. 26, Sweet Home Alabama from Skinner, obviously. You'll all probably hear that throughout the country on classic rock radio every single day, multiple times a day. How about Take the Money and Run from Steve Miller? What the hell is it? The Joker. Playing that one all the time. Number 28, Layla from Eric Clapton. Yep. Number 29, Money from Pink Floyd. And since we're mentioning Floyd right now, we're on Floyd. How about Another Brick in the Wall Part 2 and Comfortably Numb? They play those a lot, too. Way too much. Making it to the point where you're getting tired of hearing them. Number 30, We Will Rock You, We Are the Champions from Queen. Hey, they make the list for a second time. So, that's that one. That's that sheet of paper. All right. Number 31, Aerosmith. This is going to be anything from the late 80s and into the 90s. Whether it would be Love in an Elevator, Janie's Got a Gun. What was that? That Get a Grip album where they had like 3 songs that sounded exactly the same. What was it? Crying, Crazy, and Amazing. Like all pretty much sounded the same. It was a bunch of garbage. And then they did that other stuff later on. Don't want to fall asleep because I miss you, baby. They play that crap way too much. Aerosmith is a great band, you know. How about Same Old Song and Dance? You know, that's a good song. Play an early track from those guys. They were great back in the day. Number 32, Tiny Dancer from Elton John. Another 6-minute plus song that they play every single day. Number 33, I love the band Bad Company, but I'm about sick and tired of hearing the song Bad Company. They have other songs, you know. And no, I'm not talking about Feel Like Making Love. Play something else from them. 34, Faithfully from Journey. And you know what? I'm not giving that other one, I'm not giving Don't Stop Believing a free pass either, because you know what? Every market, everywhere in the world, probably, you know, every classic rock station, every market in the frickin' world probably plays that song a gazillion times a day. Number 35, Creedence Clearwater Revival. Have You Ever Seen the Rain? They're playing that one a lot lately. Number 36, Guess Who? American Woman. And they're not just going into the song, they're doing that shit in the beginning of it. And, you know, These Eyes. How about that? That's a great song. Laughing. She's Come Undone. Don't Give Me No Hand-Me-Down Shoes. You know, all those great freaking tracks. But they got to go with American Woman. And then Lenny Kravitz did a version of it, you know, once upon a time, too, for that Austin Powers thing about 20 years ago or whatever, a little more than that now. And you know what? Even that version of that song, Lenny's a great musician, a lot of talent, but I just didn't like that version of that song. You know, it's just that wasn't up to his standards. But yeah, we're talking about the Guess Who version here, so I mean, they overplay that song to death on classic rock radio, and they need to stop. Coming in at number 37, Maggie May from Rod Stewart. Still playing that one too much. Coming in at number 38, from one of my favorite bands, actually. They don't get a pass. This is Styx with Come Sail Away off the Grand Illusion album. And the Grand Illusion's, probably arguably their best album, right up there with Pieces of Eight. How about playing something off Pieces of Eight? I was just listening to Queen of Spades a little while ago. That's a great song. Or how about Pieces of Eight? That's a really good song. Play Man in the Wilderness, Fooling Yourself, the Angry Young Man. But that gets a lot of play. That's gotten a lot of play over the years. But, Styx has such a nice catalog of music, and you wouldn't know it because they want to play the same ones over and over again. 39, still playing Come Together from the Beatles a lot. I Want You to Want Me from Cheap Trick at number 40. Number 41, the Ramones with I Want to Be Sedated. Every day I hear that song on that channel. Number 42, Talking Heads with Burning Down the House. Number 43, they're still playing More Than a Feeling from Boston a lot, too. Peace of Mind all the time. 44, from Frampton Comes Alive, Baby I Love Your Way. How about It's a Plain Shame? That's a great song. And as I was writing this list, the song Shout from Tears for Fears came on, so number 45. I play that every single day, too. Number 46 from Genesis, and then there were 3 album, Follow You, Follow Me. Sticking with that, how about one from Phil Collins, In the Air Tonight. I wouldn't care if I never heard that song again. Now, I Missed Again is one that I like. I'd love it if they'd play that one more. Number 48 from Bowie. You got Modern Love. And they play Let's Dance a lot, too. That's a long song, too. I think they shortened it down. They'll probably play the single version on the radio or shorten it up a little bit. Okay, from 49, how about a couple from Van Halen, Jump in Panama. They could play Hot for Teacher, I'll Wait, which Michael McDonald actually helped write. Figured I'd throw that in there. My buddy Michael McDonald. So anyway, how about Main Street, man, off the Fair Warning album. Yeah, one of the last albums they did at Sunset Studios. Sunset Sound. Anyway, number 50, Kansas, Carry On Wayward Son. They have other good songs, guys. They were a little bit proggy in the beginning, and they did a little bit more pop stuff later on. But, Kansas is, a lot of radio-friendly material. They don't need to play the same ones over and over again. Dust in the Wind, they play a lot, too. How about this? How about a song they did in 1983 called Fight Fire with Fire? That's a great song. No list would be complete without these last two. Two of the most annoying overplayed songs ever. Hotel California from the Eagles are still playing it at least once a day. I hear it. Sometimes multiple times. And then number 52 is The Police with Every Breath You Take. And I don't have to tell you guys that there are better tracks, far better than that, on that Synchronicity album from 1983. So anyway, that wraps up my list. I put that list together literally in about 10 minutes. It took me no time. I was literally picking them out of my head. And then some of them were even coming on as the radio was playing. I can't believe this crap. So anyway, that's pretty much the scoop of classic rock radio and the FM band in this area, which is the Philadelphia, South Jersey area. Not much not much different than the last time, but I figured I'd make my list a little bit longer this time so you guys would have an idea. Um, some of these songs I like, and I want to continue to like them, but you're kind of getting tired of them. Some of them you wouldn't care if you heard them a few times a year or whatever. I don't want to hear them a few times a day. Maybe a few times a year, just fine. Some of them I wouldn't care if I never heard again. But, nevertheless, I mean, there's a lot of great classic rock music out there. And, we didn't even really get into a lot of the Canadian artists that could be played on classic rock radio. How about a band like Triumph, man? I didn't even get into Rush. Rush plays Tom Sawyer. I have almost every Rush album that ever came out. There are so many good stuff. You got stuff from the early days. You got stuff from the synth period later on. Any number of good songs that they had over the years that could be played on there, but they still want to play Tom Sawyer all the time. But yeah, it could mean they could play Kim Mitchell. There's so many others that they could play. And I know a lot of great American artists, but they're always playing the same stuff over and over and over again. And it's like, And I know it's that Telecommunications Act that was signed, 1996, I think that was signed. And, a lot of the radio stations that were once independent got bought out by maybe 2, 3, maybe a handful of companies, big companies, and it's the tight and narrow. Let's just shuffle the same songs every other frickin' day. And that's what they do. So anyway, that's going to bring this one to a wrap because we're at 22 minutes here now, so I don't want this video to be too long. Hope you guys enjoyed this one, and we will try to produce more content. I'll try to shoot for one this weekend. It's supposed to be raining here, and it's just becoming a normal thing here in Jersey on the weekends. So, if I feel up to it after work, try to get one in this weekend. So y'all have a good one, and I hope you appreciate these videos, and we'll see you on the next one. Have a great day.